I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Morning, everyone. Okay, we've got the agenda ahead of us. Is there any additions, deletions, corrections?
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second that motion.
Okay, got a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Now we'll call for the vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. With that, we've got the minutes from last Monday's board meeting in the packet. Has everybody got a chance to review those?
The wording on the board discussed resolution in Woodbury County, it said this will change, it said the complexity. I hope I said composition. I'd like to change the word complexity to composition from a rural setting to an urban setting.
Okay.
Just a minor change, but I think it's what I said.
Okay. And she didn't record it, so I don't have any way to go back and listen. So
Oh,
we'll just
great,
go
then
with-
I definitely said that.
That's what you said. And you know what? Yeah, that makes more sense to me.
Okay, with that minor change, I would move to approve the minutes.
Okay.
I'll second it.
Got a motion and a second to approve the minutes with the minor change. Any other discussion? Now we'll call for the vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Dave out there?
No, we could do payables though, and then they can
Yeah.
get started on the checks.
Yeah, we can do that. Let's go down to item number 5, payables.
Oh, he is here.
We can-
I think I'd still do the payables.
Okay.
We can do the
okay.
payables real quick. It shouldn't take so long to go through them.
I really didn't.
I didn't see anything either. Anything wild.
I didn't either. I had
I
two
just
pulled.
see-
One was $400. I didn't know what the security title investment was. Conservation report of title, section 23, that is the railroad right-of-way, northeast quarter of, just south by the recycling center, where the railroad goes through
Yeah,
there.
I've got a comment on that with my committee report.
Okay, so that was, I didn't know what they were paying for, but that's it paid for. And then I did pull Brett Michaels, just out of curiosity, and no suspect or anything, it just, I see he logged his miles and his time. The client's name is a number, they don't give the name, you know, due to,
Yep.
but everything was fine there, and you
Yep.
explained that one a little bit more about the, okay. I'll move to approve payables with.
Okay. Got a motion on the floor. We need a second.
I'll second that.
Got a motion and a second. Any other discussion? There's none. We'll call for the vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. That will go down to secondary roads. Dave?
Morning, everybody.
Dave.
How's everybody doing?
Good morning, Dave.
Great. Well, we backed up for a long, quiet weekend.
Oh, yeah.
You got any weather problems or anything?
I'm surprised we didn't have any pavement blowups.
Yeah. You didn't
Yeah,
have
we
any?
did that I
There were a
didn't-
few around, weren't there?
Yeah,
Yeah, they showed one on the news.
But
the
you
other
didn't
day.
have any?
I don't think so. We had some on the Litterdale Road, north of Litterdale, at my buddy's place last week. So Al said, well, if we get a call, I'll be around. I didn't get a call.
Why is that road so prone to blowout?
That is.
You get them all the time?
You know, they put plastic underneath that, just visqueen or whatever, the white plastic. That was the thing to do back in those years to hopefully make the concrete cure better. And I think that's a lot of it.
Cool.
Concrete is just, it's kind of rotten. It just, the top of it just pops off. And,
It just seems that east-west road, North Lauderdale, always has had
Mhm.
blowouts.
and it's really the only one that misbehaves like that.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I had a request from Manning that's not on the agenda, and I don't know that it needs to be put on the agenda. I'll tell you about, they were asking that we would do the construction inspection on a new bridge that they're proposing to put in, that they're gonna get funded from the state. It's the one in pink. The ones in yellow are the ones that we've done over the years. There's a letter behind it from the DOT saying that they are eligible for the funds and an application. I asked Paul and Darren if they would be willing to do that. It's a fair amount of work to do that, but I think they like doing it, so they're willing. The board's so I suspect it could save them $20,000-$30,000, I would imagine.
They have the time.
Yeah. How much work
Why
do
do
they
they have the time if they do?
That's a good question.
How much do you think we get wrapped up into that?
Hmm?
How much do we wrap up into that inspection?
I think maybe $20,000-$30,000 would be the savings. I'd maybe $200-$300. Depends on what they're gonna do as far as federal aid, if they're gonna do the swap money. You've all heard about the swap money, swapping state aid for federal aid. They talk about it in the letter. And if that would be the case, there would be less paperwork. Paul is probably, I would say, is the best in
Ninth
the
Street.
state at doing that federal aid paperwork. He's
Ninth and
done
Center.
it all these years and he's really good at it. He's not gonna get many opportunities in the future to use it. That's a good skill that he has.
Do they offer any compensation at all, or we do this at no expense, just as a good neighbor, whatever?
Yeah. There's been 3 bridges over the years that we've done. Or this would make the 4th.
I don't know, probably should be added to the agenda
Yeah,
if
if
we're
we're
gonna do
gonna
more
do-
than just discuss it.
Yeah, should we just add it?
I'll move to add the bridge.
You want to today's agenda or next week?
They've got a little time, so it could be this week or next,
Yeah,
whichever.
we can do it today while we're at it. What time, I think?
I'll move to add it to today's agenda.
The
And the
bridge
bridge
on Ninth and
discussion.
Center in Manning.
Dave's here, and he's got all the information, I
Yeah.
understand.
Got a motion on the floor, we need a second.
I'll second that.
Okay, got a motion and a second to add the Ninth and Center Bridge to the agenda today. Any other discussion? Now, we'll call for the vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion
Is that
carries.
Ninth and Center?
Yep.
Or
Well, it
just-
says Center and Willow on the,
Center and Willow.
I think
on the
it's just Center,
description,
isn't
but
it?
the
It's Willow Creek,
Willow Creek and
Center-
Ninth
Center,
Street or
yeah.
Center Street.
So just Center Street.
Center
Okay,
Street,
Center
yeah.
Street.
Yeah, we've done Main Street. When we did the one on the Corp line, that 150-foot slab, it's half in Manning and half in the rural area. We managed to use city bridge replacement funds. That's about a $500,000 structure. And rather than using our bridge replacement funds, we used theirs. And they kicked in 10%, we kicked in 10%, so we got a pretty cheap bridge on that one. It just basically cost us 10%. Didn't reduce our bridge replacement funds, so but there's no more of those.
I don't have any problem with helping them, and I guess this is a tit for tat deal where we expect them to help us, like on this road we're doing with Manning,
Mhm.
but they will. I would just hope that they understand that's not our most high priority if there's conflict of time or your people need to, or will ask to be there and somewhere else in the inspection, that they'll do the county first.
Yeah.
That'd be the second priority.
It's always seemed to work out, there are things that you have to push aside, but, you
Yeah.
always take care of your priorities, you always do your things that need to be done first.
Well, it seems like we've always made it work.
Yeah.
I think the only time we've got reimbursed was down at Coon Rapids, wasn't it? Because that was a historical thing in there, that bridge?
I don't know that we got reimbursed on that one either.
Oh, we didn't?
No, I think we did that one too.
And that was a big,
That was a big one, and that took a lot of effort with all the.
something bridge.
We've done both the ones in Dedham, and we've done the one in Coon Rapids, and we've done 3 in Manning so far. I can't think of any others, because I don't think there are any others.
Well, I really don't have a problem with it. Manning has always been a good partner, I think.
Yeah.
Well,
You know, when it comes to conservation, a lot of that out there in that Four Corner Park, they've done a lot of that work or donated to it. So they've been one of the leading communities as far as being a good partner.
Did you call them second Templeton, is that what you're saying, yeah?
Well, I wouldn't say that. I think it might even be ahead of Temple.
Yeah, I don't have any.
If you weren't catching, I was single out one other one.
We have a track record with a lot of communities, it sounds like.
Hopefully, yeah, you know, and you treat the ones that are less than 500 different than the ones that are over 500, which Manning is, because the roads through there are our roads. At least the main part of the market roads are. But
So with that, we need a motion to move forward with letting Paul and Darren do the inspection on that.
I will so move to that effect.
I'll second that.
Okay. Got a motion and a second to approve Paul and Darren to do the inspection on the Willow Creek Bridge. Any other discussion? If not, we'll call for the vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
thank you. I had a call this morning, had one drain, I got two drains now. Jim Halber called on drain 54, and there was an issue back in the corner of his field. We had an issue there, I think last year, maybe one the year before. He says he can get us in there, but let's circle it. What section is that in?
What do you think, just a tile broke?
Just
or-
tile, yeah.
What, Richland Township, what? That's 27. I thought. 26 or 28.
54 sounds familiar. I think we've been in there before.
Must be 20.
Which, 29?
I think so.
It's where Jim lived, down there, Gene.
Where's it at? Over here?
No, to the right there, to the right and then down. See the
Oh, there.
circle? Yeah, it's where D lives. Section 26, I think it would be.
Section 26
26, yeah.
of
Richland.
Richland.
Yeah.
Yeah, D's one, acreage. I didn't see it down there.
Yeah, okay, yeah, here it is.
See it, Marty?
Yeah. Yeah. This is VD's acreage right here.
Yeah.
I've got another one that Marty and I looked at that was on Dave Baumover's ground in section 15, Union Township. There's a hole in the waterway, and we don't really know how much bad tile that there is in the waterway.
I'm guessing there'll be 300-400 feet there. It all depends on what we excavate on or what we find on the lower end that we can tie into.
What drain is this?
I think it's drain 99, isn't it?
It is, Marty, yeah. We've done some work in that area back in '93. We did some work and replaced some tile, but I'm not really sure if that's in that area or not. I think we're just gonna have to go look at it, fix it.
Prospect
There's water running, and,
So you think it's shell tile or broken?
Yeah.
It's in a waterway and it's all washed out.
This-
There's a minimum of probably 200 feet and it could be up to 300-400 feet depending on what we tie into.
picture where the circle is, already done tile out of there, but that's where the circle is. You can actually see it on the aerial photo. It's a big enough hole, but,
That tile is a 6-inch clay.
okay.
I measured that. I was going to give you that tile the other day. I forgot to. I measured it and it's a 6-inch clay.
Plant some flowers in it.
I'll give it to you. You can plant flowers in it, Dave.
That's the other item G, I think. That's what we're gonna talk about.
You want to share it,
I
or?
don't like plants.
It's hard to cut them clay tiles. They break
I don't
pretty
like plants.
easy.
I can't keep them alive. I don't like plants. Ignorant when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want
They don't
to,
like
just
you.
hire somebody to do it and have a beautiful yard.
So those the only two drains?
Those are the only two
Steve
drains, yeah.
Bauer.
I'll make a motion to approve the repair of those two drains.
I'll second it. Any other discussion? Now we'll call for the vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. That will go down to B is union agreement.
I believe we've approved everything on these agreements. There's a place for the chair of the board to sign. Everybody else, there's three of them, 3 copies of it, everybody else has signed. And I think there's the final
Stamp
stamp.
approval.
Approval.
That was a 2-year agreement, right?
It was, yeah. There's 3 of them there, Marty, so
Okay.
I think they got them pointer things on there.
That was at 2.5, 2.3.
Yeah,
How much
53.
we get it for?
I think
50, wasn't it?
converted to
Cents?
cents per hour.
Yeah.
I move that
53
we
cents and 50 cents.
Yeah, 50 and 53.
I'll move that we authorize chairperson to sign the union agreement.
I will second that.
Motion and a second on the floor. Any other discussion?
Is 53 a second year deal?
It's on there.
The what?
The cents per hour. It's 50 and 53, I think, wasn't it?
53 and then 50.
Yeah,
Yeah.
50 and 53.
No.
53 first and then 50.
Yeah,
53.
that's gonna say.
Did we vote?
Not yet. Do you want to look at it first?
So for fiscal 19, it's 2.5 or 53 cents, and for fiscal 20, it's 2.3 or 50 cents?
Yeah.
Yes.
There was no other changes. Okay, just salaries.
Other than what, with the new law eliminated.
Can't really do anything
Right,
else.
right.
Okay, any other discussion regarding the union agreement? If there is none, we'll call for the vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. That will go down to utility permits, Dave.
Got one utility permit. It's been a while since we've had one from Windstream. They're proposing to bore 320th Street and plow 500 feet of 12-pair copper from an existing pedestal at a driveway and put in a new DSL for Nolan Schultes. Pretty nice map where they show what they're doing.
Does it have a township or section that they're in, or?
Oh, golly.
I saw there was an address there. Check and look that up.
24,792, 320th Street.
I can look that up, that's fine.
320th and 141.
Pass that down, Dave.
Utility means section 21, 28. There's 320th Street.
I guess 21 and 28, like you said.
Is that Newton?
It is.
Yes.
So where was it at?
Right there. So, I think it's, no, it's that.
You just got one? Yeah, could be a long list of permits this time of year.
Could be, it seemed to be at the beginning of the season.
I'll make a motion to approve the utility permit.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, we got a motion and a second to approve the utility permit for Windstream on 320th and 140, Highway 141. Any other discussion? If not, we'll call for the vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. You need to sign off on that, Dan.
Or, yeah, I think there's 2 places to sign, or two of those to sign.
Okay.
Dave, before you move on, these utility permits, are you aware that there's a new ruling out on the air, from the airport that has some height restrictions that go out even further? I don't believe that they'll bother you too much, but when you get one of these utility permits, do you have any proof that has been, the utility company has contacted the FAA? When we approve these, are we putting ourselves in a liable position because that's not been
I don't know that
placed
we would
there?
have to be responsible for that. If they would
It's
treat us like they treat.
It's Windstream's
Yeah.
responsibility to get permits.
We're only giving them permission to occupy the right of way. And we're not approving anything else.
So what you're saying is we're not responsible at all for them looking into it, even though we might be the authorizing agent to say, yes, you can do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we could cover all those bases.
I don't think it's our responsibility.
Not on this, because you're not getting a building permit.
No. No. They're seeking,
If they're gonna put up something high, they'd have to seek a building permit.
Are you,
If you put up a 35-foot pole or a 70-foot pole, there is no building permit issued on that. You can put up a 90-foot pole, and there's no building permit on that. And we're talking about 60 feet difference in height. And is this not just the same thing we've gotten ourselves trapped into? We're the authorizing agent, and we approve something that we may get stuck on?
Now, if you say that on that high of the pole, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
We have Great Lake in that same situation, don't we?
That's my reference point here. I'm just,
I have a question on that same subject, but a little different angle. I see Greg Seaman's approving the FAA, and I don't know where he got that authority or whatever. I have no idea. I was gonna ask Carl about that this morning.
Yeah, I'll talk to Carl on that too. He sent me an email.
You know, it's the FAA regulation, and Greg Seaman is signing off because he's on the airport commission, and what, has he been
What authority?
authorized by the FAA or what?
yeah.
that,
I had the same question when
Seems
that
to-
came across.
that seems to be my whole point of this whole
Has
thing.
anyone, I think the correct person to ask that to first would be Carl. Has anyone asked Carl that question, or should I visit direct with Carl?
I think actually, that'd be one of the
Because
questions.
everyone that's applying for it seems to need Greg Seaman's signature.
Number
I think
9,
that's more of a
hold
John
harmless.
Warden question.
And
Well-
I don't know how he's authorized to sign on behalf of the FAA. Maybe he is, I don't know.
I think that's more of a John Warden question.
I have an email into John that I'd like to visit with him sometime, actually after the holiday, because that was on Friday. And I sure would like at least one of us to go, and if not, maybe we'll bring him in session and visit with him about it too. And maybe we can do that, but maybe it's 2 of us need to visit prior, and then go on from that point. Carl made a real good suggestion in that last email back to Greg about response time, that we may have to have a sit down between Glidden and Carroll and them and us. And I think that's probably a wise idea, because I think we're getting multiple stories and multiple situations going on. But I wanted to bring the utility permits in there too, because there again.
Leave that hold harmless, that number 9. I would think that would exempt
That pretty
us.
much covers it. We're just basically allowing them to go on county property
Yeah. And the code of Iowa allows them to do that.
Mm.
I wish it didn't. But-
We're not allowing them
There.
to construct anything by this, by what you do. It's not a building permit.
But it does infringe them in their airspace.
It does, yeah.
Okay,
I think a couple of us.
I'd just like to have a copy of that, keep that hold harmless piece in there, and, so I
Okay.
can. No, I'm just trying to make sure that we don't get caught crossways here in some of these, issuance that we just kinda rubber stamp and move on, we could get caught.
Well, if anyone's gonna put up a tower, they still have to have a building permit to do that.
A tower.
Sure.
But
But he's right, on a big pole, and those poles.
How big a pole?
90-foot poles are common. I mean, I've
Yeah.
seen them, they're around, 75-footers.
Yeah.
You know, if you get it to correct position on a hill where, hell, the hill can't even pass some of the new rules, I mean, let alone anything above it. So, I just wanna know where this all falls in this. That's all I'm really questioning, is where does it fall in? If it does, maybe it does not even fall in there at all, that we need to worry about.
The question I have is a little different than yours. The question I have is, how does Greg Seaman, where does he have authority to sign Fifth of May? Frankly, I hope he does. At least we have somebody local that could sign, because the signature's been taking forever to get. I know Carl has had it been. He's had a Houseman project, and I've had another contractor call me who's been waiting for months to get who's finally got approved to build a house south of the country club. And,
Well,
you know,
it-
service has been terrible, and it might be worse if we didn't have somebody locally sign, but I want to make sure that he's authorized to sign, that we aren't just letting somebody
Right.
step up to the plate. Just
Yeah, we would
anybody.
hope that that signature is good.
Right.
You know, I mean,
And
we
I
don't
don't-
wanna, at some point in time, get into trouble with, like we are with the Danner situation,
Right, right.
you know? Yeah,
We have
you're
to
exactly
have to
right.
guard against that. I think so.
You would hope that the responsibility is upon them then.
What I-
As you said,
what I
shame on
propose-
us once, shame
Yeah.
on you second.
Second time.
Would it sound reasonable that I send an email to John Worden and Carl jointly, saying, hey, why does he have authority, does he have authority, what evidence do we have, that type of thing? Does that sound reasonable?
Yeah, if I get a chance to talk to John, do
That's
you want
gonna
me
be
to give you a
Green
buzz and
County.
see, you want to come in and sit down
Yeah.
on this
That'd be
too?
fine, that'd be fine.
I mean, I don't care, but
Speaking.
I would like to stay in with this, because this has been kind of.
Yeah, John, how's it going this morning?
A little rub in my craw just a tad.
It's Monday on Tuesday, right?
I was proposing an email, I thought that they could answer on their
Here,
own
John,
time,
I'll
but
put you on
we'll see.
speakerphone and then we'll go ahead and call our, we gotta bring our conference call. We'll have to bring that into session, so here, I'll put you on speaker. You still there, John? Do the bottom.
Figured out,
I lost him.
John, you there?
I lost him.
Anyway, thanks for
You think
the
they'll call back?
copy of that sometime. We
Hit
can go out and
speaker,
just take a
and then I
copy
found
out
out.
here.
Should've-
I'll just go take a copy right
And
now.
just leave it lay out here, and I'll pick it up when I wait. No hurry,
Do
Dave.
it right here.
We're
We
gonna
got the
spend-
conference call anyway.
Okay.
Lost it.
Okay, John, you there?
Marty.
Yeah, I think we're just playing with phone trying to.
Marty.
We're here. I can hear you now.
That's what happens when you play with that technical stuff.
That's right, just gotta be smarter than the phone.
Hang on. Hello? And we just doing an assessment on.
Okay, we'll go down to item number 2, is the 9:30 conference call with Greene County on drain 86-150. So,
Assessment.
Okay, we've got everybody here. There's Rich Ruggles, Dean Shetler, Neil Bach, Gene Miners, and myself.
Yeah, we had a repair.
So,
Hello?
yeah, you still there, John?
I think they're gonna.
No,
Get you on mute. Get the mute.
they were talking like they couldn't hear us.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
Is that one the meeting? How'd we lose it again? I didn't do nothing.
I don't think they ever heard. Well, maybe they did hear you because they talked to you.
John, you there?
Hello? Artie?
Yeah, you there?
I heard.
Oh, they can't hear us.
Are you there, John?
Now you did lose it.
There's my phone.
Phone difficulty.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah.
I think when you answer, all you gotta do is answer that.
And then hit speaker and then hang up, right?
Yeah.
That's what I did the first time.
I don't think you need to pick that up. I think it's his speaker. Possibly. That's what you would think.
With ours, I got put it on hold, and then I hit speaker. That's the
I
way
had
do
trouble the
it.
other day too.
Okay, here we go.
Hello?
Yeah, John, you there?
Good morning.
Good morning, John? You're still not hearing us.
They hear you when the, they hear you when the handset's picked up.
John, we're having phone difficulties. We're trying to figure this out. You there?
We can hear them.
He still can't hear me even on the handset. John? Hello?
The top one you get pushed to, I think. No, yeah, now.
John, are you there?
I'm here, where you been?
I'm right here. Are we losing now?
Are you still there?
Are you still there, John?
Yeah, yep, we're here, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. You can hear us now? Oh, okay, technology's great, isn't it?
No.
Let's have the meeting in Ralston next time.
Rich said we'll have the meeting in Ralston next time.
We'll meet you there.
Okay, we're gonna discuss the drain 86-150 assessment. You guys wanna take it from there?
Sure.
Yep.
Okay.
I sent Courtney some information last week. It probably was not correct. So, the district is about $2,600. We collect $2,600 to get it out of the hole.
Okay.
And leave a cushion of $2,500. That is an assessment rate of 4.2%, not the number I'd given her earlier, 4.2%.
2%, okay,
And that will get us the 26, 22 that we need.
okay.
Does that sound good to you guys?
I have no problem with that. If we need to catch up, we need to catch up, and that's,
Okay.
any other thoughts from the board?
One-time raise.
Yeah.
So you say that we leave about a balance of 2,500, you say?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So if you guys, somebody wants to make a motion from your side, we'll make a second.
I'll make the motion.
Okay, that
Gene
was
Miners?
Gene Miners made this motion,
All right, second. Second by Rudolph.
okay?
All in favor? All right.
Aye. All ayes here.
Okay. Opposed? No opposed. All right, I think, is that everything? We're good.
Okay, we're good to go then. If you need anything else, keep in touch with us and we'll go from there.
All right, thank you. guys.
Okay, thank you guys. Have a good day.
Took longer to get connected than it did to the meeting.
Yeah.
Of course, didn't ask for discussion. You probably had a bunch of it. I didn't have any. That's all right.
Yeah, nobody asked for any discussion.
Yeah, I didn't have any, so they allowed me, but-
They pretty well explained it, 4.2%, $2,600 shorter.
We need do we need to vote on that utility permit? I don't think we did that.
Yeah,
did
we didn't vote on that yet, did we?
I got a
Got a motion and a second?
I don't know that you.
We didn't do the vote. Okay, with that, we got a motion, we'll go back to the utility permit, we got a motion and a second, any other discussion there? If not, we'll call for the vote, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, all opposed, same sign, motion carries. Okay, with that, we'll go down to D, is 2018 right-of-way rates.
There's a copy of 2017 for everyone. Seems like we just did it. We did.
Seems like we just did a lot of contracts. I think.
In the process of talking to the people on the shouldering project, there seems to be, so far, a pretty good agreement on that. I know we're guessing for next year where we might be, but to kind of review where we would be with our crop damages and with our fence, mainly the crop damages, corn at $800 an acre, beans, pure alfalfa intended for harvest at $560, oats, pasture hay, lawn, and alfalfa at $400.
Have you, did you say, have you been reaching out to the Manning people?
Yeah, I can't tell you for sure how many I've talked to. I've had two, depending on how I look at it, maybe 3 in agreement so far, and it seems like the people that I've talked to are all in agreement that it needs a shoulder. And
Do they have any problem with these rates?
no. And, but that's really based on 2 people.
They want to sell you the whole farm at that rate?
Last year, did they?
You know, I was just figuring out.
Oh, I'm
No.
sure.
Yeah.
So they're
200
basically
bushels an
generally
acre.
in agreement with it.
Yeah,
80.
yeah, they say they're not going to
That's
hold up the
good.
project, and
That's why I don't think
Good.
the prices have
They-
changed much.
No, and the
You know,
beans, I figured that's pretty close there. Figure 60
Must
bushel
make up
beans
some
at
for a long
940.
That they're willing.
I'm just leaving the same, be done.
Well, that's good, that
Yeah,
you're getting
that
a
is
favorable
good.
result. So as
Yeah,
far as
that's
how many
very good.
people are there to contact in total?
I've contacted 6, but they're tenants and landowners, both, and I think I've got the majority of them contacted so far, though I haven't talked to a couple of the 6 that have returned their call, but every one of them I called, they had a number in the book, but they all went to the answering machine, but they all called me back on their cell phone. And so I'm going out, talking to them about details of the project, payments, just anything that they'd have a question about, driveway locations, tiles, all of that. And once I get that done, I'll go out and ask for their signature on the right-of-way contract. And telling them that we're going to be paying in the range of $11,000, which is what we had our appraisal. And there was some ground right close to there, it sold for 11.4. Nobody seems to be hung up on any of that yet.
Well, and as far as this new money talk, these prices haven't changed much since last year. Unless there's something with fencing and stuff, I would say we leave them as is, and just redo it.
Okay, I'll do that then. And,
I mean,
when the time comes, because I suspect that it'll be this time next year when we're building it, if there is a drastic change, I think it would be fair to tell them that we'd make it up to, say, corn goes to $4 or something like that.
Well,
So-
even at $800, like 200 bushel corn at $4, it's $800, so that's pretty much in the ballpark, yeah. So, you want a motion for?
Move to have the 2017 rates used for 2018 also?
yes.
Yeah. Need a motion to that effect?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, got a motion, we need a second.
I'll second that motion.
Any other discussion? Not, we'll call for the vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
That's saving paper too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just gotta change the date.
2017.
We'll make up for it someplace else. Got a yield sign resolution down in Templeton.
Now hold it.
That area where we want to put that roundabout.
This is in lieu of the roundabout, is that right?
Well, this is
Get right on that
right.
already, have a
temporary solution.
This guy should change around about the future, couldn't
At any time.
That's what I need to know.
This is 2018-09.
Bill comment, Gene?
I'll tell you a roundabout story that I just had. I won't take up county time to do that.
albeit more interesting than what we're talking about.
Well, it is pretty interesting, and actually, where it is, it's on 71 up in Minnesota.
Uh-huh.
And it's a stretch, that's a long stretch, and there's another highway that intersects it. And there's always been a stoplight there. And this year, there's a roundabout.
Is that on 94?
71 and 94? No, it's not 94. I can't remember what the intersection is. It's a, but, I mean, you know, and it works really well. I mean, for that situation. I think in some situations, I think it works really well. You know, traffic keeps moving, you don't have to stop and wait, because
I think once you get used to it,
you keep moving.
that's the trouble, getting used to it.
Yeah.
Old geezers.
So you're looking for approval for Resolution 2018-009 on the yield sign resolution.
Yeah,
I'll also move to
Dave
approve it.
Dave and I met with the mayor and stuff, and they're in agreement with both these resolutions right now, so. Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve the resolution.
Okay.
You're gonna second?
Could I second?
Huh?
Go
That's
ahead.
all right.
That's it.
We got a motion and a second, any other? There's
you
more
have a
discussion, I
motion?
can see it.
Nobody would second me, though, so.
Oh, I didn't know you made a motion. I would have seconded.
Nobody would second it.
Put me down a second.
Okay.
I was just trying to beat it before that goddamn roundabout.
Doesn't count unless you get a second.
Okay, any other discussion on the yield sign resolution?
You did second his motion.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Okay, we got it straight now.
You want a 30? In a roundabout way. In a roundabout.
Boy, we're clever this morning.
That was lame.
All in favor?
We need a roll call on this.
Better call for the vote for this gets carried
Resolution.
away.
We need a roll call.
Oh.
Oh, it's resolution, yeah, it's roll call.
Danzer?
Yes.
Ruggles?
Aye.
Shetler?
Yes.
Bach?
Yes.
Miners?
Yes.
Motion carries.
In a roundabout way.
You guys better explain the thing to some of these people that ain't been here, what we're after. They're trying to cram a roundabout down my neck.
Well, it's all over now, Gene.
You can always leave south and not go north.
The mayor thought it was a good idea to put that yield sign there.
Ken?
Yeah. Excuse me, Jim.
Yes, with that, we'll go down to the next one is the speed limit resolution. That's in the same area.
Got it? Kind of a map that shows where they're at and the current speed limits. We also spoke with the city of Templeton about this resolution.
I mean, I can make note in the minutes and be like, yeah, I don't
Sense.
We're gonna keep the original, one, that's fine. Otherwise, if we keep the original, I'll just need to move that in minutes. Do you normally keep this copy in your records? Okay, yeah, I just need a copy. And you can email me a copy too. That's fine, you can make a copy before you leave.
Okay, with that, we'll go down to the speed limit resolution. Need a motion to approve that?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, got a motion, need a second?
I'll second that. Should that be US 71-141?
Probably.
That would be my only,
Make that change to it.
make that change. /141.
Yeah, that would be the junction.
Should we just write it on
Yeah.
there?
So we got a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Now it's a resolution, so we'll do roll call.
Dancer?
Yes.
Russell?
Yes.
Shetler?
Yes.
Bach?
Yes.
Miners?
I should vote no, because I'll be violating it, but I'll say yes.
Motion carries.
Only the 55-mile-an-hour portion, right?
Huh?
Only the 55-mile-an-hour
A
portion.
group of guys downstairs that love to catch you at it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Passing around a pretty picture I took the other day with my phone of our number 40, our old ambulance,
Utility truck?
utility truck that's, I don't know what they want, like $7,600 to repair it, and they're not guaranteeing it. We had to pay $350 just for the diagnosis of it. We spent a lot of money on that truck trying to keep it running. It's just handy as all get out. The ambulance gave it to us a number of years ago, but it's not worth spending that kind of money on it to have trouble with it again. And it's
You got
always the
engine
same thing.
issues?
Engine issues, yeah. It's a 6-liter Ford. Apparently that engine was a problem with some engine. That's why the ambulance gave it to us years ago.
That's a diesel, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Save for that kind of money, it's gotta be a diesel. How many miles you got on it?
I can tell you.
A lot.
Is that the only one that you dispose of?
That's, thinking about disposing that, maybe keeping the box. Wondering if we could maybe look at the DOT, their auction, and you can buy off the DOT auction prior to them selling it, and get something like a ton dually. 'Cause that little truck is really handy for patching and blow-ups and things like that. You can put that cold mix right on top of it and shovel it off into the holes. It works out better than anything we've got. We don't need anything brand new, just because we don't use it now. Like that.
So you're thinking he's gonna find that, something there and put that box on it in?
Yeah. It's a 12-foot box that's on there now that's in really good shape and it works well. It might be a little trouble finding something with the right cabbed axle and an after frame on it, but thought we'd maybe look at the DOT and take some other looks at used stuff.
But this is, the agenda item is disposal of used equipment.
Yeah.
So, you're at?
Asking to dispose of the chassis, yeah, keep the
Okay.
box.
And what's their method of disposal?
Yeah.
Dump it or auction it off or
Oh,
what?
that's a good question. Sale barn, maybe?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my question. I
Yeah.
assume that's what that meant, but I didn't know for sure.
Yeah.
Either that or get a hold of Whitaker, because like the D Region 12 vans, they put them on
You put them on Craigslist or
and
eBay?
Craigslist, yeah. Call Whitaker and ask him about that.
Yeah.
That might be the way to go about that.
If we could get him to do it for us, that'd be good.
And or you want me to talk to him?
I can talk to him, yeah.
But I think you get a little more out of it that way than you would the sale barn, I think.
They used this when they sanded our lot.
Did they?
Yeah, because it was up here and they were just sweeping.
Sweep and sand off? Yeah. Yeah, it's
That was
just,
pretty good, actually.
it's really it's just the perfect truck if the engine, but it's just really takes a lot.
So what do you think you get out of it? If the engine's the way it is?
Yeah.
I'd say the box is probably the best part of it.
It is, yeah.
You're keeping the valuable part.
Yeah,
I think it's kind of worth what the weight of it is myself.
Yeah.
I mean, are you better getting scrap iron out of it instead of hanging it on somebody? I mean, if it's hanging.
Frankly, that's what I prefer doing because.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we want
Florence.
to hang it on somebody if it's that bad a shape.
Or call Florence, get a bid.
If you represent it fairly, which you would, nobody's gonna want it anyhow.
Yeah.
I don't think. If somebody's got a different engine they wanna pop into it, it's not that new a vehicle that you'd wanna spend that kind of money on.
No, it's just,
For a motor, you're talking 15, 20 grand.
Yeah. If they want to spend that much, then they could probably get a good running one for that.
Just taking a cruise through things that have been bid at the DOT, it looks like in the $10,000 range. There's some things that might be available.
But now you're talking about replacement rather
Yeah.
than disposal.
Yeah. Yeah. I would prefer to take this to the junkyard.
I think,
I'm with Gene, I don't want to hang anybody with, look at your problem you got. That's not the way we want to do business.
no, I think we want to be upfront. And if, like you said, if you represent what it is, they're not gonna want to give you anything for it.
Yeah, but if you put it on, put it on auction, there's no guarantees, I mean.
I know, but, I mean, you know, if somebody buys it on auction and says also, geez, look what I got hung from the county.
Well, yeah, but I think you buy it.
I mean, I
with
know
the-
it's their
with the-
responsibility,
Yeah,